श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदाहृति श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात् बरक्षणयतीत्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूत मनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिक मुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूति ध्रुवानीतिर्मतिर्मम. So, due to God's grace and Acharya's kripai, we have been given an opportunity to look at and glean over the wonderful Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In a summary form, I am just trying to share to the best of my ability from the Acharya's works, and it is only an essence of Bhagavad Gita. We take few slokas every chapter. We also look at the summary on 1 week. Next week we look at the few slokas of each chapter, and then the benefit of reciting or listening to that chapter we also go through from the Acharya's book. So we just enjoyed Arjuna getting confused in the battlefield, misled to believe he had a wrong notion of affection and vatsalyam and karunyam, which is inappropriate at that battlefield for a Kshatriya. So he had to do his dharma of doing the battle, fighting the battle. So Krishna, because he did not know what to do, and he performed Sharanagati to Krishna and said, "Tell me what is the best for me." He never said, "Tell me whether I should fight or not." He never said. Arjuna said, "Tell me what is best for me." So Krishna grabbed that opportunity and started telling him about Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, Sharanagati and everything. 700 plus slokams. He could have simply finished with 3 slokams that you should fight. You are a Kshatriya. And Arjuna could have done it. But Krishna was waiting for an opportunity to bless us with the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna advised that Arjuna's affection was misplaced. So he explained about the body, the soul, and whom you are killing is only the body. The soul can never be destroyed. So they never die. So just go ahead and fight. And then he started explaining about the Jnana Yoga, the Dhyanam, realization of the Jivatma, the self. You will get the enjoyment of looking at the nature of the self. Then he talked about the Karma Yoga. So you should do the duty of a Kshatriya. Whatever that you are born to do, as a student or as a teacher, as a householder, as a husband, as a father, as a wife, whatever the duty that we need to perform, we have to perform. It's not so important to do what you like to do as to begin to like what you have to do. So without attaching yourself to the benefits of the action, do the action. Karmanyevadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. Don't attach yourself to the result of the action. Perform the action. Do it as a samarpanam to me. It will be a disservice to God if you are not utilizing your intelligence, your talent, your skill. So he started explaining about all this. Then, in the 4th chapter, that's what we are going to enjoy now. He says, Arjuna was wondering. He is telling first about the Jivatma, Jnana Yoga. Now he is telling, go and do the Karma Yoga, Kshatriya Dharma, fight. That's your Dharma. I think he is probably trying to make me fight so that I will not give up. So perhaps he is hiding the Jiva, the Jnana Yogam, and trying to push Karma Yogam into me. So that's what he had in his mind. So Krishna understood. So he says, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivaswan manave praha manurikshvakave pravid. Here he mentions in the 4th chapter, in the first sloka, he starts that Arjuna was quick to point out that he said, Krishna says, I taught Vivaswan, Vaivaswata Manmantram. He said, he taught the sun god, the Surya, who was 28 Chaturyugam older than Krishna, older than Arjuna, 28 Chaturyugam. Krita Yugam, Treta Yugam, Dwapara Yugam, Kali Yugam is 1 Chaturyugam. Similarly, 28 Chaturyugam before Krishna appeared, Arjuna was born. This Vivaswan, the sun Surya, was there. And Krishna says, this Karma Yoga I taught even Surya, the Vivaswan. The moment he said that, Arjuna was quick to point out the anachronism. Something wrong. He is with me. And how could he have taught 28 Chaturyugam back? The sun Devata. But Arjuna knew that Krishna is not an ordinary human being like Arjuna. He knew that he was supreme. He knew from Bhishma, from Rishis, from Drona, from Vyasa, others, that he lifted the Govardhana mountain, he killed so many asuras in his childhood. He would have at least, of course, heard all these leelas of Krishna. He would have definitely learned. But he also knew that the great souls like Ashwapati, Ambarisha, Janaka Maharaja, Jadabharata, they all could remember their previous births. He knew that the newly born infant tries to suckle the mother's breast and starts. How did the infant know? How did the infant get the knowledge that it would get the food from the mother? So everything is that. So from the previous remembrance. But he had this. How is it possible that you taught Vivaswan, the sun Devata, 28 Chaturyugam back? He just asked that question. Even though he knew that Krishna was supreme. Ramanuja writes in his commentary that Krishna exactly knew what was running in Arjuna's mind. Arjuna had already known that Krishna was supreme. But he had some other questions in him. The question that came out was this: how did you teach Karma Yoga to son Devata? But what he actually had in his mind was, is your birth real or a mere illusion created as if you are a magician? Is your birth real, Krishna? Or is your birth like my birth? Or is your birth like a Mayavi, magic? And were you born naturally, like human being? Was he born with his natural disposition, with your own accord? And third question he had, was your body material or non-material? Means apragatam. It is what do they say? Transcendental. Was it just like my body, or is your body something made of different material? He had all these questions at the back of his mind, which he not asked. And when do you actually take these births? if at all you take this birth out of your own accord, if you say, when do you take? And why do you take at all? And what use for us, the human beings, for the world, when you take such birth? And was there anyone who meditated on your such births? So he had all these questions in his mind. Such a beautiful manner, he had all this, but he asked, how did you teach Karma Yoga to Sun Devata 28 Chaturayugam back? Why? How? Tell me. And Krishna said, he knew what was running in Arjuna's mind. So he answers the questions through his shlokas, one by one. And he said, do you think like you, I cannot remember the previous birth? I can remember all my previous birth, all your previous birth, all everybody's previous birth, and what you are going to do in future also. I could remember. He said, my birth, is your birth real? The first question. Or a mere illusion created as if it is by a magician? Yes, it is real. It's not an illusion. Both he and Arjuna had taken several births before. And when Krishna remembers all of them, but not Arjuna. Because Arjuna is subjected to shackles of karma. Punya papa karma. Mari mari pala pirappum pirande. Annal nee tanda akkai vali ulalven. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayana. Iga samsare, bahudustare, kripaya pare, pahi murare. Bhajagovindam, Shankara Bhagavad Padal, Adi Shankara says. Again and again we take birth. Not because we would like to take birth. We are pushed into these births. As a mosquito, as a cockroach, as a frog, as an elephant, as a devata, as an apsaras, as a human being, as a demon, whatever, as a pig, based on our karma. We are given an opportunity of this human birth because of some unknown, unintentional, some minutest good deed that we had performed. He pushed us into this human birth. Aridaridu manidarai pirattal aridu, Avayar says. It's extremely rare to be born as a human being, especially with all the 5 faculties working, with the intellect working, I hope. And then with all that discrimination, vivekam, we should know how to come out of this problem, vicious cycle of birth and death. Instead, if we keep saying, destroy Sanatana Dharma, who is God? I am an atheist, I don't believe, I believe in nature. Good, be my guest. Go into the Shakadai, the Chanak, again jump into the drain sewage. Be born again and again. Maybe furthermore thousands of births. So, we should not let the opportunity go through our fingers. And that is why here he says, Arjuna is subject to shackles of karma, while Bhagavan is beyond all that. He is not bound by karma. He doesn't take birth based on karma at all. There is no karma affected, influencing Krishna's birth. Krishna implies that in one of his previous avatarams, he taught Surya. Surya means the sun devata, not some actor. So, in the 5th slokam of the 4th chapter, he says this. So, the doubt arises because Lord is said to have no birth and therefore he is birthless. Pirappilladavan. If this were so, how does he take several births before? The answer is, his birth are not due to karma. That is why he is Pirappilladavan. So, okay. Next question. Was he born with his natural disposition, swabhava, out of his own accord? He is eternal. He is the Lord of all. He is Sarveshwaran, Sarvajnan, Sarvashaktan. He is Sarveshwara. He is auspicious. He is always with Kalyana Gunams. most auspicious attribute. Jnanam, Balam, Aishwaryam, Viryam, Shakti, Tejas, Vatsalyam, Karunyam, Shaushilyam, Saulabhyam. You name it, he has got that Kalyana Gunams. And he is completely devoid of all imperfections. He has got no deficiencies, no defects. Akilaheya Pratyanikan, opposite of doshams. Whatever doshams that we see here, that I have, that you have, he doesn't have. No doshams, no karma, no papam, no stinking, no sweat, no blood, nothing. He has got the body unlike us. That comes to next. His body is made of Suddha Sattva. It is pure, transcendental. In Sri Vaikuntham, when and if we go, we attain Sri Vaikuntham Paramapadam, which is beyond this universe, beyond this Leela Vibhuti, this whatever the prapancham that we see, beyond that is Paramapadam. Where once a soul, Jivatma, reaches there, he would never ever come back and be born again. So in Vyasa Brahma Sutram, he says, Nacha punaravartate, nacha punaravartate. He would never come back, would never come back. That once you go there, you become a Muktatma, you attain moksha, you become equal to God. In the sense, you enjoy the same amount what he enjoys. Same amount what Adishesha, Ananta, Garuda, Vishwaksena, the Sri Mahalakshmi, Sri Bhumadevi, whoever is there, whoever they enjoy, you enjoy so much. Your Acharya, the previous Aishingers, Andavans, Vedanta Desika, Ramanuja, everybody would be there. Whatever they enjoy, the Lord, whatever Lord enjoys them, we would enjoy the same. One of my friends asked me in Singapore when I was working, will we get Rasagulla there? Because he is fond of Rasagulla. I said, absolutely. Whatever you want would be there. And whatever amount you want to take, you would take. But you would not desire for such alpa things, such useless thing. You would definitely get cornetto or Rasagulla or whatever, Rasmalai. And however, you would enjoy the immense bliss, Peranandam. And so, there everything would be transcendental. Your body, even us, when we go to Sri Vaikuntham, we can take body which is a shariram, which would not be made of panchabhutam, the element that we have, not made of skeleton or blood or the hair, nothing. There would be a transcendental body. It would be of divine body. What material? At the moment I do not know. But it is made of different material. It's called Suddha Sattva Trimeni. So Perumal has got Suddha Sattva Trimeni. But do we know what is the Suddha Sattva Trimeni? Yes. That you see even in your Shaligrama. When Perumal houses himself, consecrates himself in the Shaligrama in your home. Or when Perumal is consecrated in the Archa Vigraham, Archa Murti, in Srirangam, in Tirupati, in Kanchipuram, in Melkote, in Triplicane, in Vaduvur, in Mannargudi, in any temple, even in your temple, even the place where you live, there is a temple which is consecrated based on the Agama, based on some rituals. And the priest consecrate with mantra, with tantra, and they do with so many yagams and homams, and then Perumal houses himself and he seats himself in that metallic or stone form. Even to say metallic or stone is an apachara, is a transgression, is unforgivable mistake, apachara, which is not to be told. The moment you look at it as stone or metal, it's an apachara. Because if you take, for example, 100 liters of milk, and you add 1 glass of water into it, is it a water or milk? It is still milk. because you added 1 glass of water. In that 1 glass of water you added 100 liters of milk. It is still milk. Perumal, such a Vibhu who manifests inside and outside of everything and everyone, who is there as a Vibhu. He has housed himself for our sake, for blessing us, for showering his glances on us with so much Vatsalyam and Karunyam. In that Murti, as enshrined by the priest with the rituals as prescribed by him in Shastras, that is 1 glass of water and he is 100 liters of milk. So it is considered as he himself. That is why every Alvar, every Nayanmar, they consider the deity, the Divyamangala Vigraham, the Archavataram itself or himself as the very Lord himself. So that is why they cannot see as a statue. Andal cannot see Ranganatha as a Vigraham. He saw the Lord, she saw the Lord. She united with him. So it is made of Suddha Sattvam, the material. Whereas Arjuna's body was made of Panchabhutams, which is bound to get old, which is bound to get worn off, which is bound to die. The body will perish. But the soul will not perish. Soul will go take another body. The Jivatma will take another body. So here the Paramatma takes this Suddha Sattva Tirumeni and takes this birth. And he chooses his parent. I don't choose my parents. If I am allowed to choose my parents, I would have chosen some Queen of England or some United States president, not this president, the previous president, something. So I would have chosen some good, great parents. I would have chosen a wonderful face. With this face, I am born. I never asked for anything. Nothing is given to us. It's all pushed into us. Whereas he takes he chooses the parents, he chooses the time, all that. So when does he take birth? Whenever Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya cha Dushkritam Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. Why does he take birth? When does he take birth? He mentions Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glani Bhavati Bharata Abhyuttanama Dharmasya Tadatmanam Srujami Aham. Whenever there is a decline in Dharma, there is a tremendous adharma going on. When everybody talks, we kill Sanatana Dharma, we destroy like we do mosquitoes. Whenever there is a decline, when there are full of Ravanas and Hiranyakashipus, of course there should be a Prahlada. If there are only Ravanas and Hiranyakashipu, he would not be born. If there should be someone who is a Prahlada, then he would be born. So whenever there is a decline in virtue, decline in Dharma, and whenever there is a problem for sadhus, and in order to establish Dharma, his incarnation are not restricted by time, by place or matter. He takes avataram by his sheer own sankalpa, own free will, with a specific purpose. When he takes avataram as Rama, he just takes and he decides to wrap it up. When he takes avataram as Narasimha, he takes and he disappears, goes off. Varaha, same. Every avataram is same. Even the acharyas, they say, he gets into them. Even if it is a jivatma, he has his amsham in it. Vyasam Vasishta Naptaram Shakte Pautram Akalmasham. So Vyasa is in the Vasishta's lineage. But Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. Vishnu's amsham is in Vyasa. Vyasa, otherwise how could he have written the entire Mahabharatam, 18 Puranas, Brahma Sutrams? No human could have achieved those things. So it is all his sankalpam. He takes the avataram as acharya. Even our own acharyas, they are sent by him, and he is inside them to change us, to rectify us, to protect us, to put us on the right track. So here, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkrita dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge, again and again, to protect sadhus and to destroy evil, to re-establish dharma, he takes birth. Sadhu here does not mean a person who is naive, who is simpleton, avarumba sadhu, even dushtan, samatte. Not that sadhu. Sadhu means a sadhu, a devotee. Not the one who is clever, deft, cunning. Not that samarthan. Not that opposite of samarthan. So vinashaya cha dushkrita, physical elimination of evildoers, or removal of wrong tendencies in them. Even for Bali Chakravarti, he removed his ego and he blessed him by placing his foot on him. So dharma samsthapanarthaya, in order to establish the Sanatana Dharma on a firm footing. Okay, what benefit by that avataram? Who learns the truth regarding his incarnation? If anyone gets to know that your birth is because of these things, is there any benefit? Krishna says, one who knows the reality concerning his celestial avatarams. Descent. Avatar means gudittal. The avatar means jumping down from up. Means from Sri Vaikuntham, he jumps down into the earth and takes avataram, incarnations. And to do this sportive, the leelas, sportive activity, the mystery of the incarnations, which he just explained in the above slokams, and his divine activities, the divine chestitams, the divya leelas, he would attain liberation. He says, the benefit is the person who believes that he takes birth on his own free will, who is of Suddha Sattvam, who is not attached to karma, who is there only to bless us, the humanity, who takes his birth at the time when he chooses to come. When there is a decline in dharma, to protect sadhus, to destroy evil, and to re-establish dharma, you get liberated. He says, was there anyone who meditated on that divine secret of the avatarams? He says, numerous people who got ridden themselves of the papams. When they take Sharanagati, they took, he said, not only during his avatar, even those who longs to see him, he appears. He appears as an acharya. He appears as the father, as the son, as a friend. Whenever you want him to save you, he will appear. He may appear as a old person or a rickshawala or a friend or someone who would say, I will help you, don't worry. I feel you are in trouble. Anything? He offers to help. It's he who has sent us through him or her. So, he comes as a divine chauffeur, a messenger, as an archavatara. Through the priest, he would instruct you what to do. The implication is that Bhagavan manifests, that takes the form in archavataram, in palaces, in huts, in temples, in our houses in Shaligrama, with his limitless auspicious quality. Whatever is there in Sri Vaikuntham, same extent of greatness is there in our Shaligrama. No difference. Whatever you are enjoying in Sri Vaikuntham, you enjoy the same here in your Shaligrama, at home. Only thing is we are not able to because of our karma vasana. We look at with a chakra. When your father says, the Shaligramam is none other than Sri Vaikuntanathan. Look at him. And he is with moist eyes, with folded hands, he is asking you to look. You give a chakra. Because we are not able to, we are caught by the karma. But believe that he is none other than the Paramapadanathan. And he says, Ye yatamam prapatyante tan tata yeva bhajamyaham. He says, the Bhagavan manifests in Archa form, which one? And because of his Shaulabhyam, easily accessible, easily available for us. So, but question comes, why do other people worship other devatas if he is there? Because The difference between him, he is the Lord, he is our master, he is Sarveshwar, he is Sarvaswami. He is the one, Krishna himself says, going to say in Bhagavad Gita later, he is the one who blesses us through the other devatas, whatever we seek from them. When we pray to them for wealth, for some promotion, to get a pass in the exam, I didn't study, somehow make me pass. Whatever that they can grant, he grants through them, because he is the indweller, Antaryami, Antaratma in those devatas. He himself says that. The devatas themselves know that. Other than him, all others are Jivatma. Because of their punya karma, they have attained that position. For example, the sun, the moon, the Agni, the Varuna, the Indra, the Brahma, everyone. And it is all a position, power. He is the proprietor, owner of the company. He appoints the general manager production, general manager HR, general manager finance, works manager, so many, marketing. Then the one who simply wraps up everybody, dissolution. And he completely wraps them all, also asks them to go and appoint some other general managers in the next company. So, he is the one who blesses through those devatas, whatever that we seek. But when we go to him and seek, when we say, give me $1 million, give me that particular job, make me this, he doesn't do. It takes time. Whereas other devata may just give. He doesn't do. Because if you go and ask your neighbor lady, give me a chocolate, ma'am, auntie, she would give from the fridge, because the neighbor kid is asking. Whereas you go and ask your mother, I want one chocolate. Yesterday also you were coughing. You have so much phlegm in your chest. Doctor said no sweets for at least a month. I cannot give you. Because she is a mother. The neighbor lady, you ask, she likes you, she gives you. She doesn't care whether you cough or you don't cough. She of course does care, but she doesn't know. Whereas your mother knows everything, what you are suffering, what you are going to do, if you get what you ask. He knows exactly what you are undergoing, what is your karma, how much you are going to get benefited, what all cycle is there for the rest of your life. He knows. By giving what you ask, you are digging your own grave. So he doesn't want you to get that. He says no. Whereas you just surrender to him and you say, you know what to give, you give whatever you want, I want to get rid of all these buts. Moksha. Granted. Because he is longing for you to come to him. Granted, he gives you immediately. Whereas the other devatas can never ever grant moksha. Never ever. Never ever. They can. Moksham dadati iti mukunda. Mukunda alone can grant moksha. So anyway, even Shankaracharya said, the leader of the Advaita, the Guru, he says, Narayana is beyond the material creation. Okay? Why do people not practice Karma Yoga with this knowledge? That's because everybody from Brahma to the grass, they all are comprising Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Gunams. Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. Krishna says he is the author in the sense that he created all these beings based on the karma. At the same time, he is not the author of the karma. It is they who reap what they sow. Whatever you sow, so you reap. The individual characteristics are based on their respective karma, respective gunas. So, அவரவர் தமதமது அறிவறி வகை வகை அவரவர் இறையவர் என அடி அடைவர்கள் அவரவர் இறையவர் குறைவிலர் இறையவர் அவரவர் விதிவழி அடைய நின்றனரே. Though Bhagavan is the author of creation, he is not the author of the inequalities. You may say, my neighbor is wonderfully, is rich, whereas I'm dying in poverty. Why such an inequality, Lord? Karma. Do not compare. Not possible. Only those who have sattva guna predominant in their swabhavam adopt this means of karma yoga combined with the knowledge about me, Krishna says. So anyway, we would enjoy more and more of this with few slokas in the next week. Adiyan, Dhanyosmi. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha.